and I will be acknowledging others as we go on. I just need to make sure that I've got all the countries in order. Thank you so much for being with us so far. Okay, so we're moving forward now, and I'm calling upon Niru Tripathi.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Niru, yes, we can. Welcome, Niru. I understand today you'll be speaking to us about how to develop greater mindfulness, compassion, and self-compassion.
Right.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Hello and namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here today. This is really amazing. I'm really delighted and honored to be part of this Stress Management Revolution Summit 2020. Especially thank you to my friend Professor Jude and your hardworking and wonderful team members. Before going into my topic about how to develop greater mindfulness, compassion, and self-compassion, let me begin with acknowledging the traditional owner of the land. I pay my respect to their elders, past and present, and the Aboriginal elders of other communities who may be here today. I just dropped a question, where is our real home in message box? You may see over there. I can see a very good response. Thank you so much. Yes, you all are right. Our real home is our mind. Real home is where your heart and soul are present at the moment. Our real home is in the here and the now, the present. Our real home is not in the past. Our real home is not in the future either. Life is available only in the here and the now. And it is our real home. And we are here to make our real world beautiful through mindfulness, self-compassion, and compassion. Well, mindfulness is an energy that helps us recognize our real home, the condition of happiness that are already present in our lives. We do not have to wait 10 years, ages and ages to experience this happiness. It is present in every moment in our daily life. Mindfulness helps to explore our experience and expand our awareness of our own inner world, the things that drives us, that motivate us, get in our way, trip us up, keep us stuck. The more we practice mindfulness, the more we will come to understand how our thoughts, feelings, and sensations influence each other, as well as our mood and the way we respond to the world. Now, you may be thinking how we practice mindfulness. It's really very easy. The opportunity of mindfulness are in our hand every day, many times a day, engaging with the things we do regularly. For example, like eating, walking, reading, writing, watching television, listening radio, driving, cooking, drinking, talking, smiling, showering, or washing our dishes. Everywhere there is a lots of opportunity to show your mindfulness, to practice your mindfulness. But it must be noticed. When you are eating something, you must know what you are eating. When you are writing, you must know what you are writing. When you are speaking, you must know what you are delivering, what you are saying. You need to be mindful. Just be with the things around. Focus on what you are doing. Notice within you. Just be with them fully, with every sense switched on. And with today's stress level, we definitely need mindfulness in our lives more than ever. This is why mindfulness is source of happiness and joy, which ultimately improve our mind, body, and spirit. This is all about mindfulness because I have given 3 topics. That's I have to talk today about mindfulness, compassion, and self-compassion. Maybe I'll be over 5 minutes. Excuse, but I will not go beyond that time. I'll try my best to maintain the time frame. But excuse me if I will go for 7 minutes because I have to talk about the 3 things today, and I'll be brief anyway. So now let me take you another beautiful world of self-compassion. As important as mindfulness, compassion and self-compassion is always playing a vital role in our life. Before giving compassion to others, it is very important to have a self-compassion. Because you do not love yourself, you cannot love others. If you do not respect yourself, you will not be able to respect others. In conclusion, if you have no compassion for yourself, then you are not able to developing compassion for others. An easy way to understand self-compassion is to compare it to the instruction that given by flight crew members. You are supposed to put on your own oxygen mask before helping someone else with theirs. In the same way, we need to look after ourselves before taking care of others. Hence, make your self-esteem high. Praise yourself for every success. Praise yourself in everything as little as making your bed in the morning. And forgive yourself for your mistakes as well. Focus on your strength and positive qualities. Be gentle with yourself, kind and understand with yourself. Once you start love yourself, then you will be only master to compassion to others. Compassion can express in ways like big or small. It is the little things people remember most. A kind word, a sincere compliments, appreciation, smiling and saying hello, namaste, waving bye, take care, have a good day, enjoy, see you to people. It's a very simple thing. And to show your compassion, even a gentle touch goes a long way. I know the touch is not appropriate in this moment, in this pandemic, but if everything goes well, the gentle touch, the welcoming touch, assist in balancing physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. And never forget to encourage others. Positive reinforcement is always helpful to a person who is thinking they are either stuck or will never get out of the circumstances they are in at the moment. Also, the most important thing, never forget to express yourself as well. Do not assume that because you are dealing with someone else's strong emotions, your emotions have no place in the interaction. Do not think about that. Match your facial expression. Have a proper eye contact. Expression to your felt emotions to let everyone know you understand what they are going through. A sincere smile, a gentle care can be incredibly healing. Hence, compassion arises through sympathy, empathy, and is characterized by action. The simple act of showing compassion can make a world of difference in someone's days. And of course, in yours also. You do not need to wait for a crisis to practice this mindfulness, compassion and self-compassion. Try smiling at a stranger today. Always give your kindness away without expecting anything back. Kindness is communicable. It is really communicable. The world is made better through your kindness. Just be mindful. Feel your self-compassion and give a compassion. Thank you so much for having me here today. I really enjoyed this forum. I really appreciate. I think I'm not over 5 minutes. I don't know. Thank you all.
Niru, thank you so much. You were slightly over 5 minutes, but I was really enjoying what you're saying, and I was a little bit lenient on you because I noticed you're really keeping the conversation going in the chat box about where is our real home, and you've engaged our audience quite amazingly. Niru's just spoken about the importance of self-respect, self-compassion, and linking this to how to develop greater mindfulness, compassion, and self-compassion. So thank you very much for your time.